Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Pancake Talks, this humble podcast we have created long time ago to dig a little bit deeper into what's happening in the crypto ecosystem, what's happening with all the builders out there, and also to try to establish some kind of connection with our audience, some kind of connection with the rest of the projects. You know, PancakeSwap has been here for more than 4 years. We are going for five, the fifth one. So it's really nice to maintain really close boundaries with all of our partners, and it doesn't change for this podcast. But I miss my partner. I miss my partner in crime, my friend, one of the best Pancake Shops ambassadors out there. Hey Annie, how are you doing today?
Hey, everything good. It's a long time in crypto terms. Like, yeah, this podcast is running forever.
Yeah, I think we are over 30 episodes. A lot of water. I don't know if this is well in English, but a lot of water passes through the bridge. Builders of all different types. We have oracles, we have meme projects, we have I can't recall right now connections. We have a lot of different types of project, and today I'm glad to say that we have a guest that I think it's building something different, giving some access that will be really beneficial for all the not only users but developers and all the crypto creatures out there. What do you think, Annie?
Yeah, it's something special, and I guess people listening will learn something new because it's quite special. You can see the name on the top is Lava. I don't know if you know the project, but if not, we will introduce the project to you, and maybe you will learn a new thing today.
Yeah, it's impossible to not leak because it's always in our banners and in our announcements. But for the lazy heads out there that haven't heard about it, our guest today is Lava Network. They claim, let's see if they claim they enable permissionless blockchain access, not only for users but also for developers and all different actors. So please give a warm welcome to Yair. Hey Yair, how are you doing today?
Hola chicos, mucho gusto.
I didn't expect that.
I'm
Hola
surprised,
Yair.
you know. Yeah, I really
Yeah, yeah.
enjoyed the teaser and the building up. It's amazing. One of the greatest I've seen in the space.
how how noticeable was that we were not English native speakers and we speak Spanish?
Yeah. Great to be here,
uh,
guys.
thank you a lot. I think as always, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? No need to dox too much. Just how did you end up in this crypto rabbit hole, and for sure, how did you end up uh, building on lava, creating lava?
Definitely. So, first of all, my background is engineering. I'm techie. I study born and raised in Israel, and study computer engineering. I was always passionate about building products, and actually, my second initiative was something similar to eToro, but the focus was on the social investment marketplace or platform. And together with eToro, there was a lot of buzz around Bitcoin. So that's the first time I almost bumped into Bitcoin, but missed this one. And then I had second and third, opportunities. Kind of, Vitalik was in Israel, and one of my friends was hosting him, and then I met him first time, 2013. But again, didn't end up into Ethereum. And I was in different projects in Web 2, building startups. And kind of almost 4 years ago, my co-founder in Magma Devs, Gil, he was inviting me in to join crypto. And together we did some really cool stuff, dive through the rabbit hole. And I found it super fascinating. Although I found also the infrastructure kind of shit. I don't know if I can say that here, but I guess many people
Yeah,
are
definitely. Feel
familiar
free.
with that. So yeah, we decided to to dive deep to see how come users get access, seamless access, super scalable one to blockchains. How come they know? How will they know that the information they're getting or they're being presented in their wallets is accurate? How how builders, devs are being able to connect to each and every of these amazing ecosystems and chains that we had out there, and that's what brought us to build Lava.
Thank you, Jair, for your introduction. And now it's time for you to introduce Lava. What is Lava doing? And also, if you can answer as well, what was the original idea and if that idea pivoted during this time of building?
Yeah, for sure. So I was obsessed with infrastructure. It doesn't matter if you do payment or you see a lot of decentralized app. If all of us want Web3 to scale, we need to focus on how we make the roads for doing that much more faster, much more wider. And I think in general, one of the things that you can compare Lava to is like Lava is giving access to enabling developer AI agents, DeFi dApps to communicate, read, write transaction with all the blockchains, but without bottlenecks. And I think if you can compare, Lava to cities, right? If you think about blockchain as cities, so it's very easy to imagine dApps, users, AI agents as the citizen of the city. You think about everyone wants to get from one place to another, and kind of think about the traffic of that. So Lava is actually building the roads in each city for all of this ecosystem to communicate with each other. And this is how we started Lava, and me personally with my co-founder Magma Devs. And today we contributors to Lava.
Nice. Sounds ultra challenging since I mean we don't even care about connections. I mean, the retail user, or no, I wouldn't say we don't care, but we don't know how it works, and yeah, and maybe in the end we don't care. We only want things to run as smooth as possible, as simple as possible. But there is a lot to be done behind the scenes, and we only realize when something. It's sad, sometimes it's sad to say, but we always realize when something is not working. So I can see that it should be really challenging what you are building right now.
Yeah, it's
And
maybe
yeah, go ahead.
challenging, but more if you think about that. We trying to simplify the access layer, right? And when I say access, well, what is access, right? When you open the wallet, right? You want to swap a token, you want to perform a transaction, you want to see the data, you see all the tokens that you're holding. So the wallet itself queries the blockchain, whether with RPC query, and it fetching the data, right? And upon using this RPC is how do you communicate? How you communicate with the data itself? And usually the idea was that everyone was going to run a node by themselves, which obviously this is not what happens today. So Lava kind of aggregating all the RPC accesses in order to provide 24/7 access to all those chains, but without need to trust only one entity, without the need to, if you want to perform execution. So Lava ensures that the data arrive instantly whenever you need that at the configuration specs that you need that to.
Okay, you already mentioned, so I will need to chime in. And besides telling me all the benefits you have been mentioning, but also I would like to, I mean, you mentioned a lot of benefits for the users in terms of the access. I would like to ask you, for the users, first to explain in the most simple terms you can obtain what is an RPC and why it's so important, and also what's the benefits for developers here.
Definitely. So let me ask you, although I might know the answer, what language do you speak?
I think you already know. We both speak Spanish, and we try to speak English as we are speaking right now.
No, it's amazing. I don't think that we have any gap in the language. So I speak English, Hebrew, maybe some words in other languages. So RPC is the language of blockchain, and every blockchain has a different language, has different parameters, is a different way to access the data. If you want to understand what is the gas price, if you understand what is the real spot price from now, the latest price of ETH, of Bitcoin, of any other token, you need RPC for that. And you can kind of think about that as the backbone of blockchain communication. So every transaction, swap, minting a token requires RPC. And if you think about what we try to come up with the benefits of Lava, I can separate that to three different users, right? For us, for the users, the end users, we want access to any dApp, wallet, DEX, X with a low latency and high reliability. For developers, if you build an app for one chain, most of the very successful dApps are multi-chain, right? So if you want to go to another chain, we're removing for the dApps the requirement to start running node in other chain. Think about redundancy, backups, and everything is within Lava, the same protocol that you're already using in one chain. So go multi-chain for developers, super permissionless and easy with Lava. And the last one, for the chains, we give them a one-stop shop, a tool that they can bootstrap the infrastructure quickly and also reward the community node runners, right? So one case of that is if you take, a chain is just bootstrapping now and it's starting, for example, Move, right? So in Move, define a RPC pool or incentive pool. They putting incentives there and inviting node runners to join the pool and serve the RPC of the chain. So you see dozens of users that can give a very high quality of the service and receive rewards accordingly. But you can see that also with much more older and experienced chains. For example, with Near, that we started working last year. Near had very reputable providers, but they also wanted to help the community node runners to join and receive rewards. It's kind of an Uber for nodes, if you think about that, right? So everyone who already has a car, everyone who already running a node can monetize his existing infrastructure. I hope it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like it helps the people running nodes to have access to different rewards, and also I guess they can use this node to help validation in multiple blockchains. That's right.
The validation is more for the validators. With Lava, we
Okay.
speak mostly on the RPC. RPC,
Mhm.
again, the language. How do you talk? How do you receive information about the transaction? How you make transaction? So yeah.
Okay.
In
We are
quick question. Sorry, quick question.
Go
In
ahead.
Ethereum, would be like a full node or a light node?
Lava supports, the
Both.
network support both of them. It doesn't really matter if you
Perfect.
run a light node, full node, archival node. At the end of the day, you're serving one purpose, right? And the idea behind Lava is to enable everyone to take the node they're running and monetize that. So all the future of the blockchain will be much more accessible and also rewards everyone according to their performance.
Okay. We are getting it. We are not much techy, as you can see, but we are always trying to learn new things. One thing we are observing right now is the appearance of multiple rollups. Now every dApp maybe can have their own blockchain, their own rollup, and it's much easier right now to just delegate the running of the nodes to a rollup as a service provider, something like that. How Lava is prepared for this new feature where there is so many blockchains?
So that's an amazing question. That's one of the answers that, one of the things that brought us to really develop that. And I think also all the community in Lava knows that Lava is actually designed to scale the thousands rollup era, right? Every rollup that is up and coming, not all of them are super reputable, have deep pockets, and raise funds from top tier, but all of them has a purpose, wanted to serve community, a use case. But the same time, all of them also need RPC. If they want builders to build, if they want users to use, they need the RPC. So imagine that now with Lava, you can you can spin up the own incentive pool and invite providers to join. You see various incentive pool already on Lava, if I'm not mistaken, already 12. And you see that in different size of chains, from Starknet or Near or Filecoin, and to much smaller ones, like Stargaze and Evmos, and like you see all of these different chains, understanding the upside and the advantages that working with Lava. Instead of once you spinning up a rollup, right, you need to start speaking with the RPC providers. And I think you know the names of Alchemy, Infura, and they only serving a handful of chains. So the foundations of the rollup, those the one who creating them, they cannot ask Infura to run hundreds of different chains. So they ended up running the infra by themselves, wasting in resources, and also sometimes asking the validator to voluntarily run the nodes. This creates crazy bottlenecks. Now with Lava, you can spin up in a few minutes, up to 1 hour, your own pool and invite your community to join the pool, make it super accessible, and at the same time solve the bootstrapping your infrastructure.
I was about to ask, since you mentioned, but I think that it's a no-brainer question, and you already answered it. But in a few words, what you would say that are the advantages between Lava and the usual centralized providers like Infura or Alchemy?
So I don't think obviously all of them are our partners, right? We work with Alchemy, Bira Labs, Block Demon, Chainstack, and those names are very reputable providers. But what we find out that sometimes in specific community, the community node runners are doing the best job, sometimes even better than those reputable providers. So we're not against anyone. We just aggregate everyone. Okay, so imagine that you are a dApp and you're building on Near, for example, Hot Wallet or Sweat Economy, users of Lava, obviously. And instead of you going to those specific providers, node runners, you use Lava and re-aggregate the providers in the specific region, providing you the best service. And this is it's a no-brainer for chains to adopt this kind of public good or public RPC.
And you mentioned that anybody can add support to their own blockchain or their own chain in Lava in a permissionless way. That's correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Can you dig a little bit how will be this process and how long will take?
Yeah, I think one of the videos I had half a year ago, I basically had a tutorial of how do you define a JSON spec? It's a specification that anyone can define. So imagine like in Ethereum, you have dozens of different APIs that serving specific query of the data. And if you think about, the gas price, if you think about the price of the Ethereum, the latest block height, all of these different information are the core. And if you want to add a support for a new chain, you obviously come up with this JSON file and added also the specification that's relevant for the blockchain, the chain that you want to support. Once you did that, every node runners can bootstrap and sign up to the service of Lava, stake Lava, and run its own node in a specific region. So, for example, I'm a node runner in Japan, and I want to support near there. So I just go to Lava, and I'm spinning up the nodes, and it's I don't. You said you don't want to get too technical, so I'm staying at this level. But obviously, if you want more, I can dive even deeper.
Yeah, and how long do you think that will take? Is question of hours? Will be
Yeah,
ready? Do you
yeah,
think?
yeah. To if you want to take your own node and list it on the lava chain, takes less than an hour.
Great, great. Yeah, impressing.
Yeah, yeah, completely impressive. How has been the? I mean, you have been telling us how you build this, and you mentioned a lot the community and the community importance and the community. I would like to dig a little bit into the market adoption. What has been the response from the community since Lava was launched? In case you want to share some, I put some statistics that are in the web, but anything you would like to share with us will be amazing.
Maybe now you know better than I do, right? So focusing on building all day. And what from my background in Web 2, you're always looking for the product market fit, right? And I think at the beginning, we spoke a lot about the decentralized RPC, or how we decentralize the access layer. And we were serving dozens of different dApps that needed this scalable, resilient service. But then we spoke with the founders that invested in us from different chains, and they actually told us, look, Lava is basically a public good. It can actually take the burden of bootstrapping the infra from the foundations of every chains like that. And this is actually what happened 1.5 years ago. We pivoted towards this public good, like aggregating, giving an experience that turning every chain to plug and play experience and making it actually scaling frictionless, right? So during this time, in the last 1 year, we see that there is a super rapid adoption of more than 40 chains. And you can go to pools.lavanet.xyz and see the different incentive pool there. I think the foundation also gave back and distributed around $1 million for different node runners that actually gave this service. So it's actual money that goes to everyone who's doing amazing performance and receiving the rewards accordingly. So this is around 12 incentive pools. You see use cases from dApps, ParasWap, Hot Wallet on Near, Axelar, and you see them that they use Lava to drive transactions. You also see at the same time what happened in the last few months when AI agent, all this adoption started to explode. And if I don't know if you see that, but AIXBT was just tweeted that they're able to get this data using the Lava infrastructure. So was super excited about that.
Nice,
Wow.
nice. Yes, I follow his tweets. His tweets. I'm giving the entity. Yeah, it's kind of a freaking out thing. Yeah. Go ahead, Ani. Go ahead.
Now, Jair, I want you to sell me Lava. How Lava will help a decentralized exchange like PancakeSwap, like is building a multi-chain future. In what points is gonna help us?
I think I don't need to say you're already using, right? But yeah, no teasers anymore. I think like PancakeSwap is an amazing use case that you need ultra reliable data access to different chains to see the prices, right? To make sure that if somebody is doing a swap, wants to buy a new token, there's no error, there's no downtime. And we're not mentioning it quite often, but there is like almost 100% of uptime in the different chains we use, and it's only because of the architecture. If one node is down, automatically you get reverted to another node, and the end user don't need to think about that. So in general, Lava ensures that during these high volume periods, DeFi and dApps, they cannot fail, and there is no slow RPC. So if I had one bottom line of why PancakeSwap needs Lava, is that imagine DeFi without downtime. That's what Lava is delivering.
Nice, nice. Simple, concrete. Yeah. I think it's a really selling line because it's super important for, I mean, PancakeSwap behind all the things that can do, the roots, it's a DEX and need to works perfectly as a DEX. Then we can run to other things. But if users cannot swap, if users doesn't need PancakeSwap, and I think that's the main idea, and that's the I wouldn't say rotation, but that's the vision or where all the eggs in the basket are put for PancakeSwap in the coming and the medium run. So
Yeah,
I think these solutions are, yeah, amazing.
thank you. No, I think in general, we dApps are reporting back that they saved up to 50% of the cost because they don't need to spin up nodes. Lava is reliable, right? So you don't need any more of that. You don't need to take the resources, the devs, and the DevOps team and focus them on other tasks, because Lava is taking the burden away from you. And we did this kind of very interesting dashboard that we call the stats, stats also.lavanet.xyz, and you can see the unique users filtered by IPs using Lava from all over the world. And we were crazy surprised to see that it's millions of unique users using Lava without even knowing that. And it's only the beginning. So, I'm super hyped about that.
Really, really, really nice. Okay, let me change to a topic that it's not nice, but it doesn't matter until it matters, which is security. Crypto, it's kind of sometimes it's like the best place to be in, and the other days it's like the worst nightmare of your day. And you mentioned a little bit what could happen when some node or RPC provider can. I mean, when some nodes something happen, but in the past we have seen that the whole RPC providers have been attacked or suffer different kind of scams or hacks. And that impacts the user, the dApps, all the actors in the data availability chain. So how does Lava protect yourself in these scenarios?
You're exactly right. There was a lot of cases of compromising nodes, try to phishing and receive information. Sometimes, even presenting to the end user malicious information for causing them to do something else. And I think, we're not altruists of decentralization, but we use decentralized architecture in order to address only exactly that. Think about single point of failure, privacy, censorship resistance, and obviously data accuracy. And we see also now, I hope it's going to be published soon, a very large enterprise level client that decided to use Lava over 200 networks. And why they're doing that? Because at the end of the day, what every dApp is doing in this field is spinning their own nodes in addition to go to other providers and trust only them. And they serving like that, they addressing like that problems of backup, recovery, disaster, load balancer, and so forth. But the way Lava decided to address that is by aggregating the different providers. So even if one is compromised, so it has a single point of failure, immediately you go to the next node there. Also in Lava, you remember that the node runners has to stake Lava and they receive the rewards based on the quality of service. So incentivizing the providers and rewarding them based on the performance is ensuring the uptime. This is in general how I think Lava is performing extremely well. I don't know if we mentioned before, but the Trump during the Trump meme coin, there was some outages in Solana, and guess who jumped into into the game? Yeah, you can answer that by yourself.
Yeah, it's important. I remember recently also, it was a protocol, FX protocol B2, that with a failure on the RPC, it was some Ethereum getting liquidated when it shouldn't. So it's also very important in DeFi this that you can switch when the information of the RPC is not accurate or something like that. You have a backup option, and this incentive system you are commenting looks like a strong incentive for the providers to be one of the best.
Definitely right. And also, if I may add something, it's crazy that in a podcast with PancakeSwap that user wants to trade, we actually need to explain what is RPC, right? And this is the reason is because when you type www.google, you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, right? Most of the users, 90% of them, they don't even heard even TCP/IP, or they know if the website they're speaking with is currently in East Europe or North America, and so forth. So we are trying to come up with a new standard that taking this burden away, so we don't need to speak about that anymore.
Guys, you are stealing my lines. I always use that lines because it is what it is. I mean, I don't. My mother doesn't need to know what happens when she click on when she puts www. It's not. It doesn't mean. I mean, there is no need for her to know it. I mean, better if she knows. And same thing needs to happen on crypto too. Yeah, I completely support 100% support the idea. No need to put the things over complicated. If not, we are always the same people around. I mean, we are not getting the mass adoption, as we always say, if we don't simple the things and we uh, go on the live trying to explain things on the most technical terms for the bunch of free geeks like us. Yeah, completely support your approach on that. Go ahead, Annie, sir.
I will change a little bit of topic here. Is about how do you leverage on these developers out there for someone looking to contribute to the Lava ecosystem, these node providers, whatever RPC providers, how they do it, how they can join your ecosystem.
Definitely. So we have super thriving ecosystem. You think about you go to Discord, and I think more than 100,000 users there. Super amazing community. that also dive into different needs, different topics, right? So developers are building or can build and enhance the protocol features. I'm one of the contributors there, so we're also doing that, obviously. You think about providers. If you run a node, you want to get incentive, just join Lava and list your node on the Lava pool, so you can earn multiple blockchain incentives. This is already happening on different 12 different pools in different chains. So yeah, we have Justina, our DevRel lead, that you can reach out to her, whether organizing an event in Nigeria or doing any other kind of meetup in Korea. For example, I got a couple of approaches from there. So yeah, like this is always the way how you can contribute and involve in Lava. I see the foundation also presented the restake that helps any user to restake Lava to providers, which means that the providers now are getting more service and can perform even better service according to their performance.
Nice. I will take the opportunity to say that we have an event in Nigeria, in Abuja, next Saturday. So I think maybe, I don't know, you can send someone to explain me what an RPC is. Maybe it will be
Good,
really nice. It will
of
be
course.
really useful. We can chat a little bit offline and
One
let's see
more
how it goes.
collaboration. Yeah.
And in terms of Korea, we are actually looking for ambassadors in Korea. So maybe also we can talk about that. We want to we are trying to expand. I'm also in charge for the PancakeSwap ambassador program. Annie, for example, is from there now. He's a friend of mine, of course. We are trying to expand our reach in terms of offline events. So also we want to do timing into Korea. So I think there is a lot of synergy we can do together.
Let's go. I'm down for
And
it.
okay, I think we have been talking for around 40 minutes, and I really want to know what's next. I mean, what is next in the roadmap for Lava? I I also saw there is some token distribution, and also I will leave you to give you the alphas or whatever you want to say. I'm not going to be the one that opened his mouth.
Yeah, so I've seen some of the next evolution of the roadmap that will be presented by the foundation. Super exciting about that. So we see continuing mainnet expansion to new networks. You see Arbitrum lately, and Move is coming on, and I know that in the pipeline there is like dozens of different ecosystems that wants to use Lava and really help their bootstrapping their own infrastructure, right? Another thing I've seen is the introduction of advanced staking mechanism and more index data that finally AI agents can have. If you think about AI agents, they don't take breaks. They are not, they are not sleeping. So they need the access 24/7. And you think about Lava as the coordination protocol that gives them the data instantly, super scalable and super resilient. So I'm super excited to see how the roadmap shapes and will presented, I think, in the next months or weeks. And yeah, like that's in general. I think in general you see that tapping into different AI frameworks. This is a lot of leads that we're receiving right now, and see how Lava can help there. Yeah, and I have also some personal ideas and that are really looking to present in the next few weeks.
So keep an eye on Lava for these new things. I like this narrative of artificial intelligence agents that will make our lives easier. So very excited about it. And I think this is the last questions we have for today, and it's about community that we always say is very important. how challenging is for a infrastructure project to gather community and grow on this?
I was just in first time in Satoshi Roundtable. I was invited this year, never been before, and I thought it's more about Bitcoin, but it was so exciting to see different people, leaders, OGs, shaping the narrative, speaking from ethical AI to how what's the next agentic world going to look like. And it's when people reproach me and think about lava, uh, it's they were saying, one of them was said that in making infrastructure sexy, it's a super difficult task, right? And somebody said you nailed that, and I'm like, I think we're just getting started. And the usage already out there, millions of unique users per day that still not don't know about that, more adoptions of chains and now AI agents. There's so many fun and fun events and activities that we're doing in the community, and this is really big thing for our community, because without them we will not be able to grasp so much attention and mindshare. I think the last thing is the lava foxes are coming. I see something like that in the last days from the lava account. So yeah, keep keep tuned about that.
Nice, 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 nice. When you said ethical AI, I was trying to upload a GIF from Bender from Futurama saying robot will kill us all, but I couldn't since StreamShare doesn't want me to upload those videos. So yeah, I couldn't get the show. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised because you mentioned making infrastructure sexy is kind of a thing, but I saw a lot of impact in the community. For example, in the meetup we were talking just minutes ago in Nigeria. I mean, it's not easy for people to get interested into infrastructure. So I have to say, well done, congrats, and keep the same road because it's going really really well.
Just to one line of that, if we got some time. When I
Yeah,
entered
sure.
Web3, so people ask me, "What are you excited about?" And I say, I'm excited. First of all, I remember the Vitalik story when they were starting to build Ethereum, and suddenly there were a lot of founders there, and some were pushing that to be a corporate thing, and Vitalik and his own folks were pushing it to be a community thing, a foundational thing, right? And I was really excited about how the how it gave first time the incentive of open source. It's a concept that was never before under incentive to the first devs that did that. And I so when people ask me what are you super passionate about in Web3, I said, imagine 20 years ago, I'm telling you, I'm building some protocol that's involving some satellites, maybe going to help you navigate. By the way, it's called GPS. Do you want to contribute? So this is how I imagine what we're doing in Lava. It's underground. Everyone knows GPS today, but only a portion was helping to shape this 20 years ago.
Nice. And today, if I can add something, we all contribute. Like when you're in a Google Maps or in your Waze, and it asks you something, and you actually are. I mean, it's a stupid detail, but you are actually contributing when you see a police control, an accident or something and if you're actually giving information to the system, it's like the open source idea. I think it's the best way to run the things. I have nothing else to add. I think was one of the most insightful podcasts so far. So I'm really happy to have you here, Yair. I don't know, Annie, if you want to say something.
No, just say thank you to Yair to be here with us, explaining all these techie things in a in a simple terms. So thank you very much for being here and for your time.
Appreciate the time, guys. And I'm on Twitter. Everyone can DM me, and anything else to contribute to lava. We are here. This is the lava year.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Make crypto sexy again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And have hot croissants at the back.
Well,
Great.
okay. Tune in, guys. Thanks for being here this long time. Thank you, Yair, again, and thanks the whole Lava team for allowing this podcast to happen. And let's tune in next week with another episode of Pancake Talks with another insightful guest. Have a nice rest of the day, night, evening, whatever you are. Let the crypto flame keeping going on. Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye. We are on chain.
Yes.